Welcome to Mates. This is Mangeya, the Mates Ego. Right. So this one is for Zimsec, Zimbabwe School Examination Council, O level. It's mathematics paper 1 for June 2018 session. Then after watching this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this nice powerful video. Then instructions. If the degree of accuracy is not specified, then your answer must be to 3 significant figures unless stated otherwise. Then if it's in degrees, it's 1 decimal place. Then omission of essential working will result in loss of marks. Then unfortunately on this paper, calculators are not needed. Question number 1. Express 3598 as a number in standard form. Standard form is in the form of a times 10 to the power n, where a is a number that is between 1 and 10. This a. Then this n is actually an integer. An integer is just a whole number. So n must be a whole number. Right. So you have to take this part, which is 3598. And for this number to be a number between 1 and 10, your comma is supposed to be between 3 and 5. Right. Then if there's no comma, you always assume that the comma is always with the last digit, like this blue one. Then you write your answer. It will be 3 times 3.5 is 3.598. 3.598 times 10 to the power. Right? The power, which is n, refers to the number of decimal places or the number of digits that your comma is actually jumped. So in this case, your comma was after 8. So how many numbers does it jump? It's 1, then 2, 3. So there are 3 numbers like this. Then if you count going to the left, then your power is positive. Counting going to the right, your power is negative. Or the other trick, if you can see this number now is bigger than this number, so your power must be positive. But if this number is actually smaller than this number, then your power will be negative. Will be positive. Smaller is positive. Then bigger is negative. You can take that trick. That will actually work. Then item number 2, correct to 2 significant figures. Significant figures, you start counting from the first non-zero digit. That is the first number, which is not a 0. That's what you're supposed to count. So our number is 3598. That's item number 2. So to 2 significant figures, you start counting from 3. So 3, you say 1, 2. Then you look at the third value, which is 9 in this case. Right, so if this value is 5 and above, then you have to add 1 to this value before it. So it's 9, so you have to add 1. So it will be 3, 6. Then these numbers, actually, you replace all of them with zeros, like this. Then next, part B, find the approximate value of root of 3598. The closest item is 3600. That's the closest number whose square root can be found. That is 60. Like this. So this will be the approximate value of that item. Done. Question number 2. Find the exact value of this one. Right? It's subtraction. You say 7.03 minus, then you say 2.145. So your decimals, your comma must be aligned. You see, after 3 on the first part, there's no number. So you put a 0 so that you can be able to subtract properly. So you say 0 minus 5 is what? You say it can't. Then you borrow 10, which is the base. That also applies whenever you are working out number bases. So you say 10, then on this value, you add 1 to make it 5. So you're now saying 10 minus 5, it will be 5. Then you say 3 minus 5, it can't. Then you borrow the base 10, this will be 2. Then you say 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 minus 5, 13 minus 5, then it's 8, like this. Then you say 0 minus 2, it can't. You borrow the base, which is, it will be 3 in this case. Then you borrow 10. It will be 10 plus 0, 10. Minus 2 is 8. Then this part, 7 minus 3 is 4. So this will be your final answer for the first part. Then second part, item number 2, multiplication. is 4.32 times 0.11. Right? So that's multiplication. You can change these items to be decimal numbers, to be fractions. That one also can work. Say this one of 100, this one of 100, then that one can also work. Or you can just choose to multiply the general way. So how do you multiply? You just say, here on the number that is 0.11, there are actually 3 digits. There is 0, 1, and 1. So you start to deal with the 0. This one 0. So how? You put placeholders for 1, 1. Then you say 0 times 2 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0, 0 times 4 is 0. Like this. So for 0, there's nothing. It's just 0, 0, 0. So let's just write it for the sake of understanding. Then work with the second one, this one after 0. So for this one, you put 0, placeholder. Then you say this one here times 2, it will be 2. This one times 3, 3 times 4, 4. Then now this final one, last one. So you say 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 4 is 4. Then you have to add everything. 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 2 plus 3 is 5. 0 plus 3 plus 4, 7. Then 4. Right. Then you check the number of decimal places that we have. On the first part, on this one, we have 1, 2 decimal places. On the second part, we have 1, 2 decimal places. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So this answer must have 4 decimal places. So it means they have to put a 0. So it's 0.4752. Done. Then part B, simplify 1 and 7 over 8 plus 2 and a third, giving the answer is a mixed number. So these are mixed numbers. The first thing that you have to do, you have to convert these mixed numbers, to be improper fractions, actually. So 1 and 7 over 8 plus 2 and 1 over 3. How do you convert? You say, on this part, you say 8 times 1, you multiply, then plus 7. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 7 is 15 over 8. Plus, you say 3 times 2, 6. Then plus 1 is 7. 7 over 3, like this. Then you can now start to simplify. First thing, common denominator. 8 and 3 is 24. 18 to 24 is 3 times 15. Then plus 3 into 24 is 8. 8 times 7, like this. Then it will be 3 times 15 is 45. 45 plus 8 times 7 is 56 over 24. So if you can simplify further, maintain your denominator, that is 24. 45 plus is 1 here, then carry 1, then it will be 101. Right, so it's 101, like this. Then 24 into 101 is actually 4 times, because 24 times 4 is supposed to be 96. 24 times 4 is 6, carry 1 is 96. So it's 4 times, because 1 is a mixed number. 4 times, remainder what? So I say 101 minus 96 is 5 over 24. So this will be your final answer. Done. Next question. Question number 3. Right, it reads, express 0025 in 24-hour notation. Right, so this one, it's 0025 in 12-hour notation. So 00 is 24. That's 00, right? 24, 25. That's hours. That is in 24-hour notation. Then in 12-hour, then 00, which is 24, is 12. So it's 12, 25. In this case, 12-hour notation is AM or PM. So check that one. So this one is midnight. So if it's midnight, 12-hour, it will be AM. So I put AM like this. Then done. Next part. Part B. A goods train left Johannesburg at 20:30 on a Wednesday and arrived in Beitbridge after traveling for 27 hours, 45 minutes. State the day on which the train arrived at Beitbridge. The day. Right, so this is working with time. A goods train left Johannesburg. So left time. So this one left Johannesburg at 20:30. So that's the departure time. Then on a Wednesday, this one was Wednesday, and arrived in Bedbridge after traveling 27 hours 45 minutes. So what do? You can do it the manual. You can use the manual way, right? So 27 hours. You can say this one 27 hours 45 minutes, right? One day is 24 hours. So which means if you can add 24 hours to this, it will be 2030. But on the other day, this will be a Thursday. So it's 2030 Thursday. Then if you can subtract 24 here, 2400 from 2745, we'll be left with 3 hours 45 minutes. Right. So you have to add 3 hours 45 minutes to this part. So if you can say 2030 plus 3 hours 45 minutes, what do we get? You can say up to 24, because our day is 24, right? 24 hours. So this one must be up to 24. Then you can say our Thursday will be concluded. So if you can wake up to 2400 in this case. So if you can add 3 hours here, 3 hours, it will be 2330, right? It will be 2330, but it will be on the same day, Thursday. If you can add 3 hours, then what will be left is 45 minutes, right? Then we have to add 45 minutes. But for this to get to 24, we just need 30 minutes, so that it will be 2400. So that it will be still a Thursday. What will be left on 45 minutes after adding 30 is 15 minutes. So it will be 0015. So this one will be Friday. It's the next day, Friday. Because our Thursday will end at 2400. So 005 is 15 hours. Or you can say 12:15 a.m. That's the time. So it said the day on which the train arrived in Bedbridge. So the day is Friday. That's the day. Then item 2, find the time at which the train arrived at Bedbridge. In 12 hours is 12:15. Then in 24 hours is 0015 hours. Please take note of that part. 12 hours is AM and PM. 24 hours is hours. Then evaluate question number 4. This one. So you change your value to be a fraction. You say 27 over 1, and you have to put zeros after 1. The number of zeros that you have to put after 1 are the same as the number of decimal places on our item. So if how many decimal places? 1, 2, 3. So put 3 zeros like this. Then it will be, and this one is cube root. Then you say this is the same as cube root of 27 over cube root of 1000. 27 is 3. 100, 1000 is 10. So this will be your answer, or you can say 0.3. Still it works. So whenever you can face these are indices like this, please just make use of fractions. Fraction is easier, especially if you are not using your calculator. Right, then item number B, 1 and 7 over 9 to the power half. So first thing, you don't work with mixed numbers. Convert them to be improper fractions first. So item number B, it will be 9 times 1, which is 10, which is 9, plus 7 is 9 times 1 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16 over 9. Then to the power half. These are called fractional indices, where the power is a fraction. How do you simplify this part? You put a square root. So it will be 16 over 9, then 2, 1. Is the form x to the power a over b is the same as the bth root of x to the power a. So that's the formula or the working that I've applied in this case, or the concept, the rule that I've applied. Then root of 16 is actually 4. Root of 9 is 3. So it's 4 over 3 to the power 1. You can share the power, 4 to the power 1, 3 to the power 1. So you get 4 over 3. Then your answer will be 1 and 1/3. This will be your answer. Done. Next, number C, 3 to the power 0 times 3 to the power minus 2. It's just the application of the laws of indices. You can even say 3 to the power 0 is 1. That will also work. We can just maintain the base. That's law number 1. Whenever multiplying indices of the same base, you maintain the base and add the powers. So it will be 3 to the power 0 plus minus 2. This will be 3 to the power minus 2. 3 to the power minus 2 is 1 over 3 to the power 2. You apply law number 4. Any number raised to a negative power is the same as 1 over the same number when raised to a positive power. So it will be 3 to the power negative 2. is the same as 1 over 3 to the power positive 2. So it will be 1 over 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is equals 1 over 9. So this will be your answer. Or you can just say here, 3 to the power 0. Any number raised to the power 0, the result is 1. So it will be 1 times 3 to the power negative 2. So it will be 3 to the power negative 2. Then you get to this point. Then you just work out exactly like this. Then question number 5. A. State the number of lines of symmetry of a regular polygon. Regular, that's the keyword. It means all the sides are equal and all angles are the same. All sides are equal. That's what the word regular means. And all the angles are also the same. So the number of lines of symmetry of a polygon, given that it's regular, is the same as the number of sides of the polygon. In this case, it's a nonagon. How many sides? It's 9 sides. So which means the number of lines of symmetry is equals to 9. Done. Then number B, that's what number A. The sum of interior angles of a regular polygon is 3960. Find the number of sides of the polygon. Right, you are given the sum. How do you find the sum of interior angles of any polygon? Any polygon, you say n minus 2 times 180. That's the sum of interior angle of any polygon. It says n minus 2 times 180. Then we are given this sum is equals to this sum, 3960. Right, so what you do here, you can remove the bracket, we can divide by 180, still everything, it can just work. But I can choose to divide by 180 since we don't have a calculator here. So you divide by 180 both sides, so you be left with n minus 2 is equals to, because 180 cancel out. Then this side, 0 cancel out, then 18 into 39. 18 into 39, 18 by 2 is 36. 18 by 2 is 36. So 18 into 39 is 2. Remainder 3. 18 into 36. Then you get 2. So it's 22. So your n will be 22 plus 2, which is equals to 24. So the number of sides, there are actually 24 sides. Done. Next question, number 6. Simplify. These are number bases. These are number bases. Giving your answer in base 8. So it's subtraction of number bases. You say 1, 0, 4, 4, base 8. Minus 1, 7, 5, base 8. Then it's subtraction, you subtract. Then it will be base 8 here. You say, right, when subtracting number bases, you take the base. You always carry the base. Whenever subtracting number bases, you always carry the base. Like in this case, our base is 8. So we can say 4 minus 5. We can say, it can't. That's primary. But what you have to do now, you have to carry a number so that it will be possible. Right? So you say 4 minus 5, it can't. Then which number can we carry? Is the base. So we carry the base 8. Then after carrying the base, then you have to add 1 to this part. So on the second level, actually is the same. Base 10, base 2, base 5, base 6, base 8, base 9 is still the same. So in this case, we're working with base 8. So just add 1. Right. So we now say 8 plus 4, this one, it will be 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. Like this. Then on this part, you say 4 minus 8, it can't. So you carry the base, which is 8, and you add 1 to this part, it will be 2. So you say 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. Then on this part, 0 minus 2, it can't. So you carry the base, which is 8, and you add 1 on this part. You say 8 plus 0 is 8. Minus 2 is 6. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. So it will be 6, 4, 7, base 8. Done. Next question, that's part B. Convert 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, base 2 to a number in base 6. So it's in base 2. Right. What links these bases is base 10. So what you have to do first, you have to convert this item to be in base 10. After that, you can convert back to base. You can convert now to base 6. So it will be 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, base 2. Right. When converting from other bases to base 10, you express in powers of its own base. Express in powers of its own base. In this case, it's base 2. Which means the first one will be 2 to the power 0. Then this one, 2 to the power 1. 2 to the power 2. 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 4. So it will be 1 this times 2 to the power 4 plus this 0 times 2 to the power 3, then plus this 1 times 2 to the power 2, then plus this 1 times 2 to the power 1, plus this 1 times 2 to the power 0. Then you simplify. 1 times 2 to the power 4, you say you deal with the powers first, right? Deal with the powers first. 2 to the power 4 is 16. 16 times 1 is 16. That's how you work it out. Then on this part, you say 2 to the power 3 is 8. 8 times 0 is 0. Plus 2 to the power 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 2 to the power 1 is 2. Times 1 is 2. Plus 2 to the power 0 is, these are the laws of indices. Any number raised to the power 0, the result is 1. So 2 to the power 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Then you say 16 plus 0 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So 16 plus 4, 20. 20 plus is 23. So this will be base what? Base 10, right? So it's base 10. Then you have to convert to base 6. 23 base 10 to base 6. What do? You divide by the base. From base 10 to other bases, you divide by the base. So it will be base 6 here. 6 into 23 is what? It's 3. The remainder, 5. Then 6 into 3 is 0. The remainder, 3. So you count going upwards. So it will be 35 base 6. So this will be your final answer for part B. Next, question number 7. Question number 7. This one is circle geometry. In the diagram, W, X, Y, and Z are points on the circumference of a circle, center O. The center O. Then we have WX is equals to XY is given. And angle XZW is 42 degrees is given. Calculate WYX. So let's calculate WYX. Right, this one, you can take the chord WX. That's the chord. It's called a chord. Right, a line that comes from the once it touches 2 points on the circumference. It's inside the circle. So this one is called a chord. It's called a chord. A diameter is also a special type of a chord that divides the circle into 2 equal parts. Right. So this one is a chord WX. So we know that angles subtended by the chord, they're actually the same. Which means if it's 42, then this angle must also be 42 degrees. So our angle is 42 degrees. Reason angles subtended by the same chord are equal. Then next, W is YWZ. YWZ. This one. Right. So since this and this are equal, since X, Y is equals to WX, then it means triangle XYW is isosceles. It's isosceles, right? So isosceles triangle, you can know that base angles are the same, which means angle XWY is equals to 42 degrees. This angle is 42 degrees, right? Then the other thing, angle XWZ is actually 90 degrees. Why? The reason being angles subtended or formed by the diameter X or Z. So the angle formed by the diameter is actually 90 degrees. So to find angle, we can say ZWY. So we can say 90 minus 42. Then 90 minus 42, what do we get here? 10 minus is 8, then 4. So it's 48 degrees. So this angle on this side is 48 degrees. I check Z and Y. Angles that are coming from Z and Y, there is angle ZWY and angle ZXY. So these angles must be the same, which means this angle, which is ZXY, must also be 48 degrees. Right. Then after that, we can use angles in a triangle to find angle WXZ. So I'm just finding all the angles inside this triangle. So angle WXZ. WXZ. So that one, we can use angles in a triangle, right? So we have 90, that angle XWZ. That's 90 plus angle WZX, which is 42. If you can add these two, then use angles in a triangle, subtract from 180. It will be 2 here, 132. So 180 minus 132. 180 minus 132, then it will be 10 minus 2 is 8 here. Then 8 minus 4 is 4. So it's 48 degrees, which means this angle is 48 degrees. Done. Just like that. Right. Then I'm sure I've answered all the questions here. W, X, Y. W, X, Y. So it's 48 plus 48. Then W, Y, Z. W, Y, Z. W, Y, Y, W, Z. That's item number B. Y, W, then Z is 48 degrees. So all the angles, they are there now. Then question number 8, solve the equation. These are simultaneous equations. Actually, this one is an equation. It's part A. This one is part B. Right? These are simple equations. These are simple equations. So first part, 1/3. You take 1 to the other side. You collect like terms. Plus 1. So it will be 1/3 x is equals 8. You cross multiply. You say 8 over 1 on this side. So it will be x is equals 8 by 3. That is 24. That's the first part. Then the second part, these are equations involving indices. 4 to the power 2n minus 3, then it equals 8. Right? We express same base. Same base. Whenever the power is a letter, then the bases must be the same. That's key. That's what I said, what you have to do. So make sure the bases must be the same. So you check here. There's 8 on this side. The smaller number is 4. So you work always from the smaller number. Can 8 be expressed in powers of 4? No, it can't. So you have to get back to 2. You also express 4 in powers of 2. So it's 2 to the power 2. Then this power was already there. You put inside the brackets. Then it's equals 8 is 2 to the power 3. Then same base, 2, 2. It means the powers are the same or they are equal. So it will be 2. Then 2n minus 3 is equals to 3. 2 times 2n is 4n. 2 times 3 is 6. Is equals to 3. Then you collect like terms. It's easy now. Then plus 6. It will be 4n is equals to 9. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. You get your n is equals to 9 over 4. 9 over 4 is 2 1/4. Done. Just like that. Then next, these are sets. 3 sets A, B, and C are such that this one means A is a subset of B and C is a subset of A. Which means subset, it means A is found inside B and C is found inside A. In the answer space, draw the Venn diagram to show the relationship between sets A, B, and C. Right, check. We have A is a subset of B, which means A is found inside B. If we can have our A here, then it's supposed to be found inside B. Then C is also found inside A, is a subset of A, so C must be inside D. So that's it. So it's A, it's B, A, C. It's B, A, C. So it's more like so it's B, set A, and set E. It's B, A, C. Done. Right, next question. These are sets in 3 dimensions. In the diagram, 3 sets P, Q, and R are intersecting. Use set notation to describe the shaded region. Shaded region, right? You can check. This shaded region, most of it is in set P. So it means it's P something. P combined with Q and R. How are they combined together? Right, check. So you can say P combined. So these are the things in P. And in Q also, they are found then in R. So you can check the base set is our P, because everything is found in set P. Right? Then everything in Q and R is in set P. So that's why we have to make P our base set. Then after that, you check. This one it means what is in Q and also what is in R. So you can say P intersection, that is combining everything that are in Q and in R. You can say union R, like this one. So P intersection, things that are in Q and in R. So where they are meeting, that's the set. The next part, 10, it is given that y varies directly as the square of. You say y varies directly as the square of, it means x minus 3 squared. That's the square. Then eyes closed, eyes open, introduce an equal sign and a constant. I can choose k in this case. Then squared. Express y in terms of x and a constant k. This is the first part. So this one is for part A. Then part B, it is given that y is equal to 16 when x is equal to 1. Find y when x equals to 10. So first thing, you can see their values y is equal to 16 and x is equal to 1. These values always be there in variation. They'll be given at random. They are the values that will help you to find the value of the constant. In this case, k. Where there's y, you put 16. Where there's x, you put 1 squared. Then to be 16 is equals to k. Then 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Minus 2 squared is 4. Then you divide by 4 both sides. You get k is equals to 4. Now establish your equation. Your equation will be this one. That's your equation. So you just replace your k with 4. It will be x minus 3 squared. So this is the equation now that you have to use to solve all the problems or to answer your question. Find y when x equals to 10. So y is equals to what? When x is equals to 10. So it will be y is equals to 4. Then 10. When there's x, put 10 minus 3 squared. Then it will be 4. Then 10 minus 3 is 7 squared. 7 squared is what? It's 49. So it will be 4 by 49. That's 49 by 4. 49 by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 6 carry 3. 4 times 4, 16 plus 3, 19. So it's 196. Done. Next question, number 11. Solve the simultaneous equations. Right? These ones you can check. There are only fractions on the right side, right? And this and half and half. So it's better to use comma 5. So you can say 5 comma 5 like this. Okay, let's multiply everything. Or let's convert first this one for someone who might not understand this one. So let's convert this one and remove the fractions. Remove the fractions first. That's key actually on all simultaneous equations. So it will be x plus y. Then this part, you say 2 times 5, 10 plus 1 is 11 over 2. Then multiply everything by 2. It will be 2x plus 2y is equals to 11. This will be your simplified equation 1. Then equation number 2, this one. So this one is equation 1. Equation number 2. Equation number 2, you do the same. So it will be x minus 2y is equals to 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5 over 2. Then multiply everything by 2. The reason is to get rid of the denominator 2. So you multiply everything. So this one will be 4y is equals to 5. This will be your equation number 2. Right, you can take this and this now. If you can see, you can use elimination or substitution. But if you can check, the coefficient of x, they are the same. It's 2 and 2. So you can just use elimination method. Let's use elimination. You can say equation 2 or equation 1 minus equation 2 is still the same. I can write 2x plus 2y is equals to 11. That's equation 1. Equation 2, 2x minus 4y is equals to 5. Then to eliminate x, I put minus z. Equation 1 minus equation 2. 2x minus 2x, 0. I don't write 0x, right? Then plus 2y minus, this minus applies everywhere. Plus 2y minus 4y. It will be plus 2y minus is plus 4y. So plus 2y plus 4y, it will be positive 6y. Then 11 minus 5, it will be 6. Right? So you divide by 6 by 6. You get your y is equals to 1. Then for x, you take any of the equations. You can take equation number 1 or equation number 2. I can choose to take 1. In equation 1, I can say 2x, the simplified version, or I can take these original ones. Still is the same, right? I can choose to take the simplified versions, however, is equals to 11. Then it will be 2x plus 2, y is 1. Then it's 11. Then it will be 2x plus 2 is equals 11. Then 2x is equals 11 minus 2. Collect like terms. Then 2x will be equals to 9. After that, you divide by 2. You get x is equals 4.5. Done. So these are the solutions. X 4.5. Y is equals to 1. 3 marks. Then 12. It is given that 3x plus 2y is equals 12. is an equation of a straight line. Find the gradient of the straight line. Gradient of the straight line, first thing, equation of the straight line is y is equals to mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. So expressed in this form first. So it will be 3x plus 2y is equals to 12. Make y subject of formula. 2y is equals to, then you start with x, then plus 12. Then after that, divide everything by 2 by 2 by 2. You are just expressing in the form y is equals to mx plus c. Then y is equals to minus 3 over 2 x plus 6. So gradient, that's minus 3 over 2. Done. Then next, find the coordinates of the point where the straight line crosses the y-axis. Crossing the y-axis is like this. What I supposed to know is x is equal to 0. Along the y-axis, x is equal to 0. Then along the x-axis, y is equal to 0. So the value of x already is 0. So you can just put x0 in your equation. So equation is y is equal to minus 3 over 2. Then you put 0 plus 6. So it will be 6. Y is equal to 6. So x0, y6. So that's the coordinate of the point where the straight line crosses the y-axis. Done. Next part, question number 13. Simplify. Write these expressions of this type. You have to learn to factorize, right? But first you can say 3x squared, there is division. Let's change it to multiplication first. Then you say times x squared minus 25 over x. Then it will be, you factorize 3x squared over, then factor out x on this part. You'll be left with x minus 5. Then times, right? This top part, the numerator, is a difference of two squares, where this x squared is a square root x. They are subtracting each other, that's the difference. Then 25 square root of 25 is 5. So to find the factors, you just put the one with a negative, the other one with a positive. X plus 5, x minus 5, done. X minus 5 and x plus 5, done, just like that. Then over x. Then you start to cancel out the item. To simplify now, x minus 5 cancel x minus 5. Then we have x squared here. If you can check, x squared means xx, so it's 3xx. That's 3x squared. So if you can have x down here, it will cancel xx. If this one will cancel one x, will be left with x. Then this x will cancel this x. Then we will not denominator, just numerator. So it will be x plus 5. This is what will be left. So you can choose to write it like this or to say 3x plus 15. Still is the same. Done. Next, question number 14. Right, it reads the formula for converting a temperature in degrees centigrade to a temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Then is F is called this one. That's the formula. Find F when C is equal to 30. So F is equals to what? When C is equals to 30. You just say F is equals to 32. When they C, you put 30 over 5. Then you can simplify 5 into 30 is 6. Right? So 6 times 9, we say 32 plus. What is 6 times 9? It's 54. Like this. Then you can add, it will be 80. It's 88. Done. Then next, make C is 86. 86. 4 plus 2 is 6. It's 86 actually. 86. Then you can put your units. Right. Then next, make C subject of the formula. C subject. So you just say F minus 32 is equals to 9C over 5. But to make a value subject, it must be C is equals something, right? It must be C is equals something. So you have to get rid of all the things which contain C. First thing, you start with the things that are adding or subtracting. After that, you can deal with the things that are dividing or multiplying. Then you can multiply by 5 here. It will be 5F minus 32 is equals to 9C, or cross multiplication like this, right? Then don't remove the bracket, please. 1C. So it means the next thing that we have to get rid of is actually 9. It's equals to 9C. So divide both sides by 9. So you can get your C. So it will be C is equals to 5. Then F minus 32 over 9. Done. Then next question. This question number 15. To turn this part. Right, it reads expand and simplify. This one is just expansion. Minus just multiply. minus 3x times x is minus 3x. Minus 3 times x, minus 3x. Minus 3 times minus 7 is plus 21. Then plus 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 5 times minus 4 is minus 20x. Then it will be collect like terms, minus 3x minus 20x. Then plus 21 plus 10. What do we get here? Minus 23x. Then plus 31. Then done. Right, then part B, this one was part A. Part B, the length of the side of a regular hexagon is 3.4, correct to 1 decimal place. Find the least possible perimeter of the regular hexagon. Hexagon 6 sides, so perimeter is 6 times the length of one side. That's the perimeter, right? So they said the length of one side of a regular hexagon. Regular means all the sides that are the same. That's why you have to say 6 times the side or the length of one side, because they are all equal. So this one was rounded off to 1 decimal place. So it's 3.4 was rounded off, which means the number that was rounded off in this case was here after 4. After this number, you put 5 down here. Then you put a comma. They must be aligned. Then when there's this part, you put 0. Then you put 0. So you add and subtract this number for you to get the maximum and the minimum value. So the minimum value is 3.35. Because say 3.4 minus 0.05. Then the maximum number is 3.45. You add. That's the highest or the upper limit or upper bound of this item. Then what find the least possible? Least, it means you are going to take the lowest number. That's 3.35 is the side. So it will be 6. It will be 3.35 times 6. Like this. 5 times 6 is 30. 0 carry 1, carry 3. Then 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 3 is 21. 1 carry 2. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 2 is 20. Then decimal places, that 2. So it's 20.10 or 20.1. That is 3 significant figures. And this is in centimeters. This one is 1 centimeters. That's perimeter. Done. Then next question, number 16. Factorize completely. Right? You factor out. So first thing on factorization, you always have to look out for a common factor. In this case, you can check our common factor. You can factor out x on the first part, and we be left with x squared minus 1. X squared minus 1 is actually a difference of 2 squares. To factorize this part, so it will be x squared square root is x. You take the square root minus square root of 1 is 1. Then the other one, you just put plus like this. Then done. Next, item 2, x squared plus 2x plus 1. Right? To factorize this, multiply this last item, the one with the squared and the constant, that is the term independent of our letter. So it will be plus 1x squared. Then you find two numbers. When you multiply them, this one is called the product. And the number in the middle is called the sum. So you find two numbers. When you multiply them, they must give you the product, which is 1. And when you add or subtract them, they must give you the sum. That is plus 2x in this case, with each side. Please take note of that part. So I can see it's 1x and 1x. And the bigger number will always carry the sign of the sum. The bigger number always will carry the sign of the sum. In this case, it's 1 and 1. So we can just say plus. We can just give the first one. Then the product check is plus, is positive, 1x squared. So the product positive means the signs are the same. If the product is negative, if it was minus 1x squared, it means the signs are different. Just like that. But now our product is positive. It means the signs are the same. So if this number is positive, the other one will also be positive. Then you replace the sum with these factors. You replace the sum with these factors. These are the factors. You replace the sum, which is plus 2x, with these factors, right? So you say here x squared plus 1x plus 1x, then plus 1. Then you take 2, this and this and this is factorized separately. So on this part is factorize x, it will be x plus 1. On this part you factorize 1, it will be x plus 1. So x plus 1, this inside the brackets must always be the same on factorizing quadratic expressions. And then you take this one, that is the same, x plus 1. Then outside the brackets we have x and they have also plus 1. So this will be, these are the factors of this item. Now the second part, part B, is saying Hence or otherwise, find the highest common factor of these two items. Highest common factor is what is found on both items, right? So you have x plus 1 here and x plus 1. That's x plus 1. Then do we have anything that is the same? No. So that will be the highest factor, x plus 1. Done. Next, question number is 17. This 17, right? It is given that vector p is equals to 3, negative 4. And vector q is equals to minus 2x. Calculate p minus q in terms of x. Right? P minus q, you just take p, which is 3 minus 4, minus q. Q is minus 2x. Then just add or subtract the corresponding values. 3 minus 2 is 5. Then minus 4 minus x is minus 4 minus x. This one can't be simplified. Why? Because they are unlike terms. Then item B, find the magnitude of p. This one, p in between those lines means the magnitude of p. Magnitude of a vector, if you have a vector xy, then the magnitude is square root of x squared plus y squared. That's the magnitude of a vector, like this. So it will be, our p is 3, 4. Magnitude of p is square root of 3 squared plus minus 4 squared. So it will be equals to root of 3 squared is 9, minus 4 squared is 16, root of 25. So it will be, you get 5. Done. So that's for the second part. Then part B, item 1. Then part B, item 2. Find the value of x such that 2p, which is 2 times p, our p is 3 minus 4, is equals to minus 3, then times q is minus 2, then x. Right? You simplify this part. 2 times 3, so 2 is called a scalar, a number that multiplies a vector. That's called a scalar. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times minus 4 is minus 8, is equals to, then minus 3 times minus 2 is 6. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x, like this. Then you can equate corresponding values. In this case, you can see 6 is equal to 6. That's the values on top. Then the other values, it means minus 8 is equals to minus 3x. Then divide by minus 3, minus 3. You get your x, your 8 over 3 is equals to x. So x is equals to 8 over 3 is actually 2 and 2 over 3. Done. Next, question number 18. The marks of 6 of the students who wrote a mathematics test are as follows. We have 15, 14. Right. Find the median mark for the 6 students. Median, first thing you have to arrange these numbers in order, in ascending order. So the lowest one is, or the smaller one is 9. Then followed by 11, followed by 12, 14, then 15, 15. Let's count them. There must be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. So the median, you can say the middle value, right? Or you can just use the location. Location of the median. This one is called ungrouped data. So you can just use n plus 1 over 2 to find the location. Where n is the number of things. In this case, there are 6 of them. These are 6 digits or 6 values, right? So you can say 6 plus 1 over 2, which is equal to 6 plus 1, 7 over 2, 3.5. What does it mean? It means the median is between the third and the fourth values. Because 3.5 is between the third and the fourth. So you find the third and the fourth here. The first is 9, second is 11, then third is 12, fourth is, so it's 12 and 14. So you say median is equals to, you take the third, which is 12, plus the fourth, which is 14. Then it always divide by 2. 12 plus 14 is 26 over 2, so it will be 13. Done. Next, or you can just divide. You can say there are two the values 2 here, there are 2 here. So you can just take 12 plus 14 divided by 2. Still, it will be the same. It will make sense. Then next, part B, a 7th student got X marks from the same test, and the mean mark for the 7th student was 13. Find X, the mark of the 7th student. Right? So what you have to do now is, to find the mean, you say total of the values over the number of values, then is equals to mean. So the total in this case, we can say total of these ones, 15 plus 14 plus 9 plus 12 plus 11 plus 15, then plus X over the, how many are they? Now there will be 7 over 7. Then is equals to 13. So it will be here. Let me check them. It's 15. We say 15 plus 14 plus 9 plus 12 plus 11 plus 15 over 7. Then plus x, the added one. Then it's equals to mean. In this case, our mean will be 13. Right. Then after, so I want to find x. So after that, you say 15 plus 14 is 29. So add this one, 15 plus 14, 29. Then 29 plus 9 is 38. 38 plus 12. 38 plus 12 is 50. 50 plus 11. 50 plus 11 is 61. 61 plus 15. 61 plus 15 on this part is 6, 76. So it will be 76 plus x over 7 is equals to 13, like this. Then it will be 76 plus x is equals to 13 by 7. It cross multiply, this will be over 1. Then it will be 76 plus x is equals to 13 by 7. What do you get? 7 by 3, 21. 1 carry 2, then it will be 9. So it will be 91. Then x is equals to, then it's 91 minus 76. So you can see 91 minus 76, it will be 11 minus 6 is 5. Then 9 minus 8 is 1. So this one will be 15. Done. The next part, question number 19. It is given that set. It is given that set P is equal to these values. A number is chosen at random from set P. Find the probability that the number is either negative or a prime number. That the number is either negative or a prime number. So you check how many negative numbers do we have, right? So the number must be either negative number or a prime number. So you can say probability of negative or prime is equals to probability of negative plus probability of prime, just like that. So probability of negative, there are two here. It's minus 11 and minus 2. So it's 2 over, then probability of a prime number. A prime number is a number that have only two factors, one in itself. So in this case, we have 3. 2 is the first prime number, right? Then also have 3 is a prime number. Then we have another prime number. It's 17 is a prime number. Then you can have another prime number, a number that have only two factors, one and itself. Minus 2 is a prime number. So they find the probability that the number is either negative or a prime number, right? So it will be 2 over, so negative is 2 over the total. Total, how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 in this case, right? Times probability of prime is 2, 3, 17. So it's 3 over, so it's plus. 3 over 10. So you get 5 over 10, which is equals to half. Done. Next part. Two numbers are chosen at random from the set. From set P, one after the other, without replacement. Find the probability that one is a perfect square and the other is a factor of 21. Two numbers are chosen at random from set P, one after the other, without replacement. Find the probability that one is a perfect square and the other is a factor of 21. So factors of 21, first thing is perfect square. We can say probability of perfect square, factor of 21. So you can choose a perfect square first and factor of 21, or you can choose a factor of 21 and a perfect square. So it will be probability of perfect square times factor of 21 plus probability of factor of 21 times perfect square, like this. So it will be perfect square times factor of 21, right? And this one, it's without replacement. Please take note of that part. They say two numbers are chosen at random from the set P, then one after the other without replacement. Find the probability that one is a perfect square. So let's check how many perfect squares do we have. A perfect square is a number that have whose square root is an integer. So we can say 0. We can say 1 is a perfect square. We can also say 29 is a perfect square. So I can say 2 perfect squares, right? So mathematically, is 0 a perfect square? That one is a debate, right? But here you can say 1 and you can take from this set of natural numbers. So you can say 1 and 9. These are perfect squares that we have, right? So you have 2 perfect squares over 10. Out of 10 numbers, there are 2. Then times, then how many are factors of 21? Factors of 21, we have 1 can get in 21, then 3, then 9 and 21. So 1, 3, 9 and 21, they are 4. So you can say 4. But since it's without replacement, then you say over 9. Then plus, then factors of 21, there are 4. We can start by factors of 21 over 10. And you can now pick this one, the perfect squares. It will be 2 over 9. Right, multiply the numerators. It will be 2 times 4, it's what? 8. Over 10 times 9 is 90. Then plus 4 times 2 is 8 over 90. 8 over 90 plus 8 over 90 is 16 over 90. Then you can simplify by 4. Can 4 get into 90? No, it can't. Or you can simplify by 2. 2 into 16 is 8. 2 into 90 is 45. So it's 8 over 45 done. Next, solve the inequality 2 bracket x minus 3 less than 7. Inequalities, first remove the bracket, collect like terms, then simplify, then divide by 2. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 or 7.5. Done. Then next, write down the largest perfect square that satisfies the inequality. Largest perfect square, it means it must be less than 7.5. It's x less than 7.5. So the largest perfect square, it will be, it's 4. That's 2 times 2, 4. 3 times 3 is 9. So it's 4. That's part B. This one, item 2, is 4. Done. Then next, 2 similar bottles have heights 8 centimeters and 12 centimeters. The mass of the bottle of height 8 centimeters is 40 grams. Find the mass of the similar bottle that is a height of 12 centimeters. Right? Similarity, if 2 shapes are similar, number 1, the ratio of their corresponding sides are the same. Then number 2, the ratio of the sides, bigger shape side over smaller shape side squared, is called the ratio of the areas. Area of bigger shape over area of smaller shape. Then number 3, in this case, is volume. Right? If it's volume, you say the ratio of the sides to the power 3 cubed is equal to the ratio of the volume. So it's volume of bigger shape over volume of smaller shape. So these are the 3 things that you have to understand and know under similarity. Right? So if 2 shapes are similar, then the ratio or the cube of the ratio of the corresponding sides must give you the ratio of the volumes. So 2 similar bottles have heights 8 and 12. So the bigger is 12, the smaller is 8. The mass of the bottle of height 8 centimeters is 40 grams. Right? Then find the mass of a similar bottle that have a height of 12 centimeters. It's similar and they have height of 12 centimeters, right? So they said 2 similar bottles have heights 8 centimeters and 12 centimeters. These are the heights. Then the mass of the bottle of height 8 centimeters is 40 grams. Find the mass of the similar. So what is mass? Actually, what is mass? So mass, the amount of things or the amount of material which makes up an object, right? So the amount of material which makes up an object. So you can just use similarity. You can just use proportion in this case, right? Just use proportion. So you can say the height, the ratio of the heights is called the ratio of the masses. So you can say 12 over 8 is equals to ratio of the masses. So you have this one, it's a bigger one. For 8 is smaller one, so it will be x over 40, like this. So it's just the ratio that we're using, right? Then next, it will be 8 into 12. 8 into 12 is what? You can simplify by 4, which you can get 4 over 2. 3 over 2. then it's called x over 40. Then multiply by 40, it will be 40 times 3 over 2. So it will be 20 times 3, it will be 60 grams. Done. Then next, question number 21. ABC is a triangle with AB 9 centimeters, BC 4 centimeters, and angle at B 120 degrees. Then find the area of triangle ABC. ABC. Right, area of this triangle, you just say this one is cosine because all the sides which makes up the angle B and C are given. By cosine, you say A squared is equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A, where B and C are the sides which makes up the angle. In this case, 4 and 9. They are given. And A is the side that we have to find. But in this case, first part, that's the second part, part B. Then the first part, part A, is looking for the area. So AC is part B, that's the cosine. For the area, there is no height. You just have AB sine theta. So it will be half AB is 4 times 9 times sine 120. Take note, AB must be the sides which makes up the angle theta. Now we are given the items here, the data that we are given, but we have sine 120, but we are given sine 60. So what's the relation between sine 120 and sine 60? You can punch in your calculator just to prove it, right? But we have sine, cos, and tan. Sine theta is equals to sine 180 minus theta, if theta is acute. Then if it's cos theta is equals to minus cos 180 minus theta. Yeah, you can just prove this part. Even tan theta is equals minus tan 180 minus theta. These are supplements, right? 120 and 60 are supplements. So in this case, if you can say sine 120 the same as sine 60. So it will be half times AB, that's 4 times 9 is 36, times sine 120 the same as sine 60, which is 0.87, like that. So 2 into 36 is 18. 18 times 0. It will be 18 times 0.87. Right, the first one applies on multiplication. You put this one, the first one is placeholder 0, 0, then 0 times 8, 0, 0 times 1, 0. That's part of the working. Then you put placeholder do with 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 4 carries 6. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4 is 14. Plus 6 is 14. Then 7 times 8 is 56. Carry 5. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 5 is 12. Then you add these three items. So it will be 6 here, 6, 5, 1. Then decimal places, there are 2. So it's 15.7. Just like that. Then next, part B is the cosine rule. You just substitute now. So we have A squared, that's AC. AC squared is equal to B squared, that is 4 squared, plus C squared, 9 squared, minus 2, 4, 9. Then cos A, which is cos 120. Just like that. Then you simplify now. It will be 4 squared is 16, 9 squared is 81. Then minus 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 9 is 72. Cos 120. Like this. So 16 plus 81 is 7 here. Yeah? Then it's 97. Minus. Then 2 times 4. 8 times 9 is 72. So minus 72 cos 120. Like this. Then cos 120, that's AC squared. Cos 120 is equals to this one. It's negative cos 60. So which means it's negative 0.5. So it will be 97 minus 72 times negative 0.5. You can use negative half for you to be able to simplify since you don't have a calculator. Minus, minus, it will become a plus. So it's 97 plus. Leave your answer in set form. It means under the square root. So I say 2 into 72. What do we get? 2 into 72. 2 into 7 is 3. Made a 1, then 6. So it's plus 36. So it will be 6 plus 7 is 13. 3 carry 1. Then 9 plus 4 is 13. So it will be AC squared is equals to 133. Then to remove the square, it will be AC is equals to, you put square roots both sides. So it's root of 133. Done. Just like that. That's your final answer. Right, next question. The diagram is a speed time graph of an object whose initial speed is 12 meters per second. Initial speed is 12. The object accelerates uniformly for 4 seconds until it reaches a speed of 30 meters per second. It then travels at this speed for 5 seconds. That's constant speed. Acceleration is called 0. And then decelerates at 6 meters per square second until it comes to rest. Then the first part. Calculate acceleration from t0 to t4. t0 to t4. So you can just use a simple formula. Or you can just use the gradient, right? 0 to t4. So just use gradient, increase in y over increase in x. Or you can just use v is equals to u plus at. Where v is the final speed. V is final speed or velocity. Final velocity. Then u is initial. The initial velocity. Then a is acceleration. Please take note. Negative acceleration is called deceleration or retardation. Then t is time taken from this speed to this, from this speed initial to this final speed. So in this case, our final speed is 30. You list. So it's from 12. Our initial, it came from 12 meters per second to 30. So it started at 12, that's the initial speed, to 30, that's the final speed. Then our time is 4 seconds. So you can substitute now v, which is 30, is equals to initial, that is 12, plus a, acceleration. I want to find the acceleration. Then time is 4. Then to be 30 is equals to 12 plus 4a. Then you collect 12 to the other side. Is 30 minus 12 is equals 4a. 30 minus 12 is 18. 18 is equals to 4a. Then divide by 4 by 4. You get your a. This one will be 9 over 2. So 9 over 2 is 4.5. It's equals to a. So acceleration, meters per square second. Please take note, these are the units. They are meters per square second. That's your acceleration. Then next, we can just use the issue of gradient. You can say increase in y over increase in x. 30 minus 12 over 0 minus 4. You can say 12 minus 30 over 0 minus 4. You still get the same item. Right, then next, that's the concept of gradient. Because the gradient of the velocity time graph or speed time graph represent acceleration, right? Then next part, distance traveled from t is equals 0 to t is equals 9. Distance traveled is equals to area under the graph, right? So you can divide your shape into two. This one is shape A and shape B. Up to 2 is equals 9, up to this point. The area under this graph. So you can see you have two shapes in this case. We can say we have a trapezium and a rectangle. Trapezium A, then rectangle B. So distance traveled is area under A. That's trapezium A plus area under B. That's rectangle B. So it will be equals trapezium is half AB, half A plus B times height. Half the sum of the two parallel sides times the perpendicular height. That's the area of a trapezium. Then plus area of B is length times width. Length times width. Then we can substitute now. It will be half. Two parallel sides, we have this side and this side. And our height is this side. This is my h, which is 4. So two parallel sides, we have 0 to 12 is 12. Plus the other side is 30. 12 plus 30 times height, which is 4. Plus area of a rectangle, length times width. Width is 9 minus 4, which is 5. Length is 30. So it will be 30 times 5. Then this will be your distance traveled. Then you simplify half. 12 plus 30. You can even say 12 into, you can do it like this. You can cancel out 2 into 4 is 2. Then it will be 12 plus 30 is 42 times 2 plus 30 times 5 is 150. 42 times 2 is 84 plus 150. Then you can get this will be equals to 150 plus 84 is 4a. Then 5 plus 8 is 13, 3 carry 1, so it's 234. These are meters. Done. Next, part C, calculate the value of t, the total time taken for the journey, for the whole journey. Total time taken for the whole journey. Right? We're given a statement here. They said it then travels at this speed for 5 seconds. Then the last part is this one. Then decelerates at 6 meters per square second until it comes to rest. Right? So that's where we can be able to find our t. So we can say to rest. Rest, it means the final speed is equal to 0. That comes to rest. When the particle is at rest, there's no speed. It's not moving. Speed is equal to 0. Then the initial speed, it came from what speed? From 30 meters per second. So initial is 30 to rest to 0. Then acceleration actually is negative 6 meters per square second because it's deceleration. Deceleration is negative acceleration. It's also called retardation. Right? You can substitute now to find t. So your t in this case, we can say in time is t minus from 9 to t. So your time is t minus 9. That's your time. So your time is t minus 9. So you say in this case, you say v, which is 0, is equals to u, which is 30, plus a, which is minus 6, times t, which is t minus 9, like this. So it will be 0 is equals to 30 minus 60 plus 9 times 6 is 54. Then you can take 60 to this side. 60 is equals to 30 plus 54. 30 plus 54. So 60 is equals 30 plus 54. We have 4 here. We have 84. Then divide by 6 by 6. You can get your t is equals 6 into 8. 6 into 8 is 1, made a 2. 6 into 24 is 3. So it is 4. So it will be t is equals 14 seconds. Done. Right? You can find the same item using deceleration. Deceleration, you can say gradient. Gradient of this line here, you say increase in y over increase in x. Increase in y is 0 minus 30 over increase in x from 9 to t over t minus 9, then is equals to 6. Then you can be able to find your t. Still, it will make sense, it will work. Right, next, question number 23. Right, we are given this shape. It's a prism. They said in the diagram ABCDEF is a solid triangular prism. AB 6 centimeters given. Then BC 20, AF, all the items that are given, and 90 degrees BAF. Find x. X, we can use Pythagoras. You can see it's a right angle triangle. So to find x, you can use Pythagoras. A squared is equals to a squared plus b squared is equals to c squared. It means this one, where c is always the longest side on that triangle. That's c. It's always the longest side. So you can say 8 squared plus 6 squared is equals to x squared. 8 squared, that's 64. 6 squared, that's 36. It's equals to x squared. 64 plus 36 is 100. X squared. You put square root, you get x is equals to 10. So x is 10. Done. Next part. I'll calculate the total surface area of the prism. Surface area is the outside area of the item. So you can say area of surface area, you can say area of triangle ABF. Then this one, there are 2 of them that are equal with this triangle, that is DCE and ABF, they are equal. So you can say just say times 2. Then plus area of ABCD. Then plus its rectangle ABCD. This one's rectangle. Plus area of rectangle also, which is a FED. This also is a rectangle. Then you can have the total surface area of this object, right? Take note, this side is 10. And this side is also 8. Then the base is also 6. They are still the same. Right, so let's find the total surface area. Area of ABF is half base times height. So it's 2 times half. Base is 6. times height is 8, plus area of rectangle ABCD is length times width, which is 20 times 6, plus area of AFBD is length times width. So it will be length is 20 times 8. Because this side is also 20, this side is also 20, like this. Then it's just a matter of simplifying these items. Here you can say 2 times 6 times 2 into 6 is 3. 3 times is 24, plus 20 times 6 is 120, plus 20 times 8 is 160. Then you can simplify this part. Is 48 plus 120 plus 160 is 280. 280 plus this one, 280 plus 48. Then you get 8 here, 2 carry 1. So it will be 328. These are square centimeters. Done. Next question, number 24. That's 24, right? These are logarithms. Log of 3, log of 45 base 3 minus log of 3 base 5. Right? So what you do is the base is the same. That's key. And you're subtracting, you just divide. You apply the law, log of m over n is equals log of m minus log n. So you're coming from this side going to this side. So it will just be log of, that's item number 1, log of 45 over 5 base 3. Then which is called log of 9 base 3. Then check, there is something that is in common on these items. So you can express 9 in terms of 3. So it's 3 to the power 2, 3. You'll be moving to this side. Log of a number a, log of a base a is equals to 1. So that's what you have to apply in this case, which is equals to, it will be, you bring down the log. Log of m to the power a is a log m. So you bring down the power, so it will be 2 log 3 base 3. Log 3 base 3 is 1. So it will be 2 times 1, which is equals to 2. Just like that. Then item number 2, log of 0.2 over log of 5. Right, so what do you do here? First thing, you change 0.2 to a fraction. Actually, 2 over 10 is 1 over 5. Over log of 5. So this will be log 2 over 10 is log 1 over 5. And when there's no base, you assume always that the base is 10. The base will always be 10, like this. Then it's equals to, then log 1 over 5, apply the laws of indices. 1 over 5 is the same as 5 to the power minus 1 over log 5. Then you bring down the power minus 1, log 5, applying the laws of logarithms, then over log 5. Then log 5 will cancel out, your answer will be minus 1, done. Then next, that's part B. Express as a logarithm of a single number. That is a single log. So 3 log 2, you say log. So you're trying to combine the items now. So it will be 2 to the power 3. Right? So you're using this item here, this item. So you're combining, so it means you put 3 as the power. Then plus also half is the power. So it will be log 81 to the power half. Apply indices. So this part will be log 2 to the power 3 is actually 8. Plus this one, it will be log, apply index on this part. So it's root of 81 to the power 1. So it will be log 8 plus log, then 81, it will be log of 9, like this. Then apply the laws of logarithms. You are adding. When you're adding, you multiply. So it will be log 8 times 9, which is equals to log 72. Done. So that is a logarithm of a single number. Then question number 25. It is given that these are matrices, right? It is given that this and this. Then they say find the value of P, Q, and R. What do? You combine this side first. So it will be 3 times P, it will be 3P. 3 is a scalar, is a number that multiplies a matrix. Then minus 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Then minus, this will be just be 7. Then Q, minus 2, 2R. Then is equals to half times 16 is 8. Half times 8 is 4. Half times 4 is 2. Half times is minus 6. Like this. Right. Then the corresponding values, please. 3p minus 7. So it will be 3p minus 7. You can simplify this part. Then minus 3 minus q. Then 0 minus 2. It will be 0 plus 2 is 2. Then 12 minus 2r. Then to give you 8, 4, 2, and minus 6. Then after that, you equate corresponding values. In this case, you can say 3p minus 7 is equals to 8. This is equation number 1. You can find your p. So 3p is equals to 8 plus 7. 3p is equals to 15. Then divide by 3, you get your p is equals to 5. Done. Then next, you say minus 3 minus q is equals to 4 to find q. Then it will be minus q is equals to 4 minus. It will be plus 3. Minus q is equals to 7. Then divide by minus 1, you get your q is equals to negative 7. Then you are left with r. It will be 12 minus 2r is equals to minus 6. Corresponding values, please. Then it will be minus 2r is minus 6 minus 12. Minus 2r is equals to minus 18. You divide by minus 2 by minus 2. You get your r is equals to 9. Then done. These are the values. Right, question number 26. Number 26. This one is transformation. They said the diagram shows 3 triangles A, B, C. A1, B1, C1, and A2, B2, C2. The triangles, triangle ABC is the first one, this one, is mapped onto triangle A1, B1, C1. A1, B1, C1 is this one. By a single transformation, describe fully this transformation. How many marks? There are 3 marks, right? So first, you check on the signs. Signs remain the same. It's either translation or rotation or reflection. That's why signs will remain the same. But signs, if signs they've changed, you can say enlargement because the shape have been enlarged. You can say stretch because the shape can stretch, or you can say shear. Because the shape will change its shape, right? Will change its form, a change in form. But in this case, check from A, B, C to A1, B1, C1. Size remain the same. When you have checked on size, now you check on direction. Direction is the one that will separate all these types of transformations. Now, translation, reflection, or rotation. Rotation, direction changes. Translation, direction remains the same. Reflection, the original or the image will face exactly opposite as to the original shape. That's called a reflection. In this case, direction is the same, so it's called translation. So you write translation here. Translation. Then you have to find the vector of translation. Vector of translation, you can just say image side minus original side, or you can just count the boxes, right? Still, it will make sense. Y and X. But let me use image side. I can take this point, that is C1. C1 minus C. That's how you can find translation vector. So what are the coordinates of C1? X is 5, Y is 0. Minus the coordinates of C, X is 2, Y is 6. So it will be 5 minus 2 is 3, minus 6. So it's 3 minus 6. That's the vector. So you say vector 3 minus 6. Then you can have your 3 marks. Next, question number 26. Triangle ABC is mapped onto triangle A2, B2, C2 by a reflection. Find the equation of the axis of reflection. And the matrix that represents reflection. Write the equation of the axis or the line of reflection. So we can check. We have this line, this ABC, then A1, A2, B2, C2. Right. So you just see, you can use a ruler. Your ruler actually, you join these points. You find the line that is at the middle of this part, and you can take these points. The middle, you can say this point, or even this one and this one. Right. So the midpoint, that's where the line will be passing through. So my line, it looks like it's passing through this. It's like this, a hair. So that's my line. If you can check, my line now, using this line, then you can be able to find the equation of this line. Right? So you can find the equation of this line. How can you find the equation of this line? You say y is equals mx plus c. mx plus c, m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. Already our c is actually 0. It's cutting the y-axis, the vertical axis, that the y. At y is equals 0. Right. Then m gradient, you can take a triangle. You can take even this triangle here. Increase in y over increase in x. Increase in y from this point to this point is minus 2. Over increase in x from this point is 2. So it's minus 2 over 2. That's y is equals to minus x. So this will be the equation of our line of reflection. Then please like, share, subscribe. Thank you.